Bill, what are you doing? Why you gotta do these crazy projects? Can't you just find a project in your house or your yard to do, like maybe build a birdhouse, maybe make a potting shed? I don't know. Why you gotta try to block out the sun? That seems like a job for God, all right? I'm gonna try not to freak out when I read this article. Here we go. An article in Forbes, Bill Gates' venture aims to spray dust into the atmosphere to block the sun. What could go wrong? Oh my gosh, Bill, you're freaking me out here. Microsoft's billionaire founder Bill Gates is financially backing the development of sun-dimming technology. Sun-dimming technology that would potentially reflect sunlight out of Earth's atmosphere, triggering a global cooling effect. The stratospheric control perturbation experiment. Let's say that again. The stratospheric control perturbation experiment. Oh my gosh. Launched by Harvard, scientists aim to examine this solution by spraying non-toxic calcium carbonate dust into the atmosphere, a sun-reflecting aerosol that may offset the effects of global warming. I know we got a problem. I know we should be more conscious. This seems a little extreme, right? All these scientists and billionaires have these solutions. I just think we should think about this, right? Let's try to do some other things before we get to this point. It just seems a little crazy. Widespread research into the efficacy of solar geoengineering has been stalled for years due to controversy. I wonder why. Gosh. Opponents believe such science comes with unpredictable risks, including extreme shifts in weather patterns not dissimilar to warming trends we are already witnessing. See, this is the thing. I think human beings, and especially billionaire geniuses, get a little arrogant from time to time, all the time, and think they can play God, right? This is the thing. I love science. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for science. But let's be honest. Science and scientists, while they have done a lot of good for us in the past, and we have to focus on that, they've also caused a lot of problems. I'm just saying. Environmentalists similarly fear that a dramatic shift in mitigation strategy will be treated as a green light to continue emitting greenhouse gases with little to no changes in current consumption and production patterns. That makes sense, right? We put this shit in the sky, then we can go about business as usual. Clogging the earth again, right? Polluting. SCOPEX will take a small step in its early research this June near the town of Kiruna, Sweden, where the Sweden Space Corporation has agreed to help launch a balloon carrying scientific equipment 12 miles high. The launch will not release any stratospheric aerosols. Rather, it will serve as a test to maneuver the balloon and examine communications and operation systems. If successful, oh boy, here we go. This could be a step towards a second experimental stage that would release a small amount of CaCO3, that calcium carbonate dust, into the atmosphere. Oh boy. Getting worried. David Keith, a professor of applied physics and public policy at Harvard University, recognizes the very many real concerns. Thank you, David. Of geoengineering. It is true that no one knows what will happen until the CaCO3 is released and then studied afterwards. Keith and fellow SCOPEX scientists published a paper in 2017 suggesting that dust may actually replenish the ozone layer. Oh boy. By reacting with ozone-destroying molecules. Further research on this and similar methods could lead to reductions in risk and improved efficacy of solar geoengineering methods, write the authors of the paper. The exact amount of CaCO3 needed to cool the planet is unknown, and SCOPEX, there's a lot of little letters going on here, isn't it? Scientists similarly cannot confirm whether it is the best stratospheric aerosol for the job. Early research suggests that the substance has near-ideal optical properties, in quotes, that would allow it to absorb far less radiation than sulfate aerosols, causing significantly less stratospheric heating. This is the purpose of the experiment. Once a safe experimental amount of CaCO3 is released, the balloon will fly through it, sampling atmospheric reactions and recording resulting dynamics. Frank Koch, I might say that name wrong, the project's principal investigator, does not know what the results might bring. The perfect aerosol would not immediately tamper with stratospheric chemistry at all. The only thing it would do is scatter maximum sunlight and hence cool down the planet. That's what they say. Proponents of geoengineering have cited the global cooling effects of volcanic eruptions that result from the introduction of sulfuric acid ash into the atmosphere. The 1815 eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia resulted in the year without a summer, while the 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines lowered global average temperatures by 0.5 degrees Celsius. So they have some data from these other things here. Still scary. Deliberate introduction of similar particles could potentially counter decades of greenhouse gas emissions. A report by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change suggested that SCOPEX procedure could lower global temperatures by a full 1.5 degrees Celsius for no more than $1 to $10 billion a year. It's always about the money, right? Again, these temperatures decreases bring with them serious risks. Freezing temperatures in 1815 led to failed crops in near famine conditions. See, that's what concerns me. Like, human beings have a limited perspective, right? We all know this. We get things wrong all the freaking time. And while there may be a climate crisis, this seems a little drastic in my mind. Call me a cautious person, but it just does, right? Crazy. Anyway, let's go on here. British scientists have cited stratospheric aerosols from volcanic eruptions in Alaska and Mexico as the potential cause of drought in Africa's Sahel region. Major disruption of the global climate could bring unintended consequences, negatively impacting highly populated regions and engineering another refugee crisis. David Keith has proposed the creation of a risk pool to compensate smaller nations for collateral damage caused by such tests. But such a payout might be little comfort to those displaced by unlivable conditions. The United States, Brazil, and Saudi Arabia blocked in 2019 United Nations assessment of global geoengineering plans. International cooperation will be required to assess the risks, winners, and losers of such experiment, and how best to proceed with all in mind. Considering the unknown risks attached to solar geoengineering, OECD members should continue in their efforts to develop economically attractive renewable energy technology, even as it supplements such efforts with limited and careful research and experimentation. So that's an article in Forbes. I'll link in the description down below. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Am I crazy for thinking this sounds like a crazy plan? Let me know, right? Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Stay tuned for more videos like this where I share news that is important to you as a human being, and also all the other content on my channel to help you get more of what you want, right? I appreciate it. Until next time, have an awesome day. All the best. Health, wealth, and success. Bye-bye.